So what does somebody do like me in the business world? I'm supposed to be this leader. Everybody looks to me for the answers to everything. I go home, everybody looks to me for the answers to everything, and maybe I don't have the answers.
Right.
Uh, maybe I would want some help from somebody else, or I need help for my own mind. What do I do?
Well, I use the acronym SOAR as a framework. Slow down, open up, accept, and reconnect with your emotional self. So I think that slow down is the first piece, and that's important. And I don't think we allow ourselves to do that enough because we've got to be busy. We've got, you've got a young child, you've got an older child, you've probably got lots of things going on at home. It's busy, 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 busy. But just taking that 60 seconds to just pause, take a breath, and acknowledge what's going on. Because that awareness piece is huge. And I think sometimes we get so busy that we just don't acknowledge it. I appreciate the fact that you're able to acknowledge that. I do feel this weight. I've got this business to run. I've got to provide for my family. I've got to have all the answers. I mean, I think the reality, though, is today's leaders aren't necessarily the ones with all the answers. They're the ones that have the courage to stand up and say, you know what? I don't necessarily have all the answers, but I know where we can find them. I know where we're going. If you're willing to come with me, we can do this together.
Hmm.
And from a leadership standpoint, I think that's important because again, I don't know that a lot of people want to be followers per se, right? They kind of want to be co-leaders. So which is beautiful in a couple of different ways because it takes some pressure off of you as the quote unquote leader. I mean, again, I don't want to diminish. Definitely, we need people to step up and take a leadership role. But I think that role is changing. 15, 20 years ago, we wanted to follow people that had all the answers. Today, if I tell you something that you're going like, yeah, I'm not so sure about that, what are you going to do? You're going to whip out your smartphone, you're going to Google it, and you're saying, yeah, you know what? I knew Mike was full of shit. Um,
Well,
versus,
I know on my end, I love, I can't tell you how much I love when somebody comes to me and says, "Hey, let's do this. Let's try this. This is what we want. This is what I'm going to do." Instead of, "Hey, Ryan, what should we do today? What should I do with this? How should we do this? How should I approach this? What do you think of this?" It's overwhelming sometimes.
absolutely. But you know what? That's a leadership skill to create that culture, to create that environment where your people feel safe doing that. And again, that's where it comes down to being able to have the courage to be vulnerable and say, you know what, guys, sure, I'm the boss, I'm the leader here, but understand I don't always have all the answers. So I'm going to look for you to provide some of the answers as well. And maybe none of us have the answers, but if you got an idea, let's get after it and see what happens.